Welcome back to my basement workshop. Today we're talking about John chapter 14, verses 1 through 14. These verses occur just before the events of Holy Week. The disciples are about to undergo a horrible experience, a time of fear and despair, and Jesus is preparing them for it and for what comes after. And he starts by saying, "Don't worry, don't be afraid." He goes on to say, "In my Father's house are many rooms," and that he will be going away to prepare a place for them and will bring them to this place, and that they know the way to this place. Thomas interrupted and said, "We don't know the way. Tell us the way." Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except by me. And you know the Father, and have seen him." That was confusing to them. That way is the way of love. All the things we have seen Jesus do in his life have been driven by this deep, deep love. He wants them to live in that same love. He wants them to love others in that same love. And that is the way that will bring them close to him and close to the Father. And note that I said they had seen the Father. Well, Philip didn't understand that. So Philip says, "Show us the Father, and we will believe." Jesus says, "If you have seen me, you have seen the Father." See, in Jesus, we see the truest, clearest picture of God presented in the Bible. So they had seen the Father. They had seen Jesus do exactly what the Father wanted him to do, exactly what the Father would have done in his place. Jesus goes on to talk about believing in him. He says, "If you don't believe in me because of seeing the Father, believe in me because of the works I've done. In fact," he says, "you will do greater works than I have done. And if you ask anything in my name, I will do it." Well, this is the Jesus of the contest with Rome that he wins on Easter with love. The King who comes on Palm Sunday, humble and lowly. The great works here are works of love. Miracles that are impressive are not exactly the great thing. The great thing is the love. The miracles will come when they need to come. The love is the central and important thing. That is where the greatness lies. So what can you do? What can I do? We can learn to love. We can follow in Jesus' example. We can help our neighbors. We can help the people who come to our church needing food. We've been giving out a lot of food. We've been going to the neighborhood apartments and still doing cookouts, the people with fewer people so we don't spread the pandemic. But we've been doing acts of love. And you can participate in those. You can be loving to your family and to those around you. And if that's hard, and let me tell you, loving can be very hard. Remember that Jesus promises us this strength, this power to live in the way of love. That brings us close to God now and prepares us for a future with him. So remember, live in the way of love. So let's take a look at our leaf here. So what I have done is something called a forge weld. I have fused this metal together and then I've made it a stem. So now we have 2 leaves on a stem. And I'm going to make more of these. Now the question is, how am I going to get from 2 leaves on a stem to 4? Try that next week. Have a good week.